Alright, welcome back to Danksco Traders App. Yes, happy Easter and I hope you're having a good time on the Easter Monday. Yes, I can see Julius is already around. Thank you for joining, Julius. I believe the rest are still sleeping or they are having fun on their holiday. Yeah, as usual, you know how we do this. As usual, we start with a prayer. I believe you guys had a great time yesterday. Yeah. Apologies. The whole of last week, I was a bit held up. I wasn't, of course, trading like fully how I normally do it. So I was a bit held up. I had a conference running at church, so I was, I would do the analysis and then after that, prepare to go to church. Yeah, for the conference. Yeah, so I missed I missed a lot of trades, and of course the ones we took, some of them were wins, some of them were losses, but still it was all due to not stabilizing and not focusing, like I said. So but hopefully this last week, this is the last week of April. We could get some good and better moves that can actually make us some good money this whole week as we close up the month. The month will be closing on Wednesday next week. Yeah, we'll be closing on Wednesday next week. So, and let me do what? Let's get to this and start off with a prayer. Father, we thank you for this morning. Thank you that we're back here. It's a Monday and today is Easter Monday. Thank you for Easter. It's a great day for us to realize what you did for us, Jesus. And even as we get to start today's session, we understand that you are with us, oh God. You're with us and not against us. So we know that even whatsoever we do right here is for the glory of your name. So as we come to analyze and to make money through the charts that you gave unto us, this is an opportunity you provided. We know that you're still with us, and thank you for the profits, thank you for the success, thank you for the wins, and thank you for the profits that we're making today and throughout the whole of this week. We give you praise for it. We give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right. Amen to that. So let's now get started with Crash 500. All right. Our win rate is still about 55. Yeah, of course it is still a good win rate, but last month we had about 67 there, so it shows how this month has been somehow a bad month. But just to remind you, 55 is still better. Is still a good win rate for us. So let's now look into the charts. Crash 500. Crash 500. All right. So this was let's see, this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Yeah, those who remember when I gave this signal to sell, and I gave this signal to sell on Friday. Yeah, it started to play games. It started to play games around here. It started to play games, and I remember we had started selling, and then some kind of momentum to buy happened, and I told the guys, I think the structure is changing on the signal, but then I saw another thing. So I told them, you know what, this Crash 500 is playing games. Don't enter any buys or any sells, just leave it for now. But it even didn't, by then when it did this, I think I was already at church. It didn't even take the whole day to break that level, and then look at that, it continued to the exact direction it had intended to go. But just like how we've seen this month, the whole of the almost every trade we've taken, just like we've seen, like almost the whole month, it has done this. It has done this, gone back to take our stop losses up there, and then continue to the intended direction, to intended move, and that's how we saw it. Almost every move almost every move we've taken this month. Almost, I'm saying almost because they are like about 50 moves or 40 moves that we've seen price go up, take our stop loss, and then continue to the intended direction. Yeah. Now, the reason why I said we would be looking at sales, I just don't want to lie to you that I still remember what the reason I gave, but we were still selling according to H4, and according to H1 it was, we needed still a retest. Why? Because we had left, there's this order block left there, that was liquidity. So that was the reason actually. Yeah, order block, fair value gap here at first above the order block, then the order block, and now we can see we reached the order block, but then price actually went all the way down to even this fair value gap, all the way down, you can imagine. So currently we can see we are on that fair value gap. Remember, according to daily we need buys, yeah, and clearly that would now be taken as a double bottom on daily time frame, and clearly where I wanted price to come back and then give me the buy, it has come back to it. And now if I can go to H4, H4 is still selling, yeah, according to CCR, but are we still selling according to the price action? I don't think so. According to H1, we are going to consolidate. Yeah, according to H1, it's going to consolidate, because you can clearly see that we need buys. Yes, we are oversold, we need buys, but then the momentum is still low. Remember, today is a public holiday, so either way, even though we are analyzing, we may not trade, we might not make any moves at all because of low momentum or low volatility in the market due to few traders in the market. So we will see about that, but as you can see, I'm going to be anticipating some consolidation, and just like we normally do, this consolidation can take even the whole of today. It can take even the whole of today. It can just come around there, and of course this is today right here. It can keep within here and go down below, and then later on we come to this. So this was something I would look at, price to come down here and then later on go all the way up. Now why down there? According to H4, this is the previous low right there. So it has to give us a fake, we may see a fake breakout to take out the previous low, and then that would be the fake breakout, or what we normally call manipulation. And then later on gives us that. That is how market plays games, and I can easily anticipate that because that's what we've been seeing market do the whole of this month. So anticipation to just give us a manipulation right here to take out the previous lower low right here, and then later on we get into buys to go, but that can come after some consolidation on H1, some consolidation, then probably towards the end of today we see a fake breakout, or tomorrow morning we see a fake breakout. It will, all this will depend on the volatility in the market. All this will be dependent on the volatility in the market, but this is something that I'll be anticipating. Some consolidation right here, and then fake breakout, and then pullback, then consolidation, then breakout to take us all the way up. Remember, we reacted on that fair value gap right here on H4, and that is a point of interest for us there. It is a clear point of interest that we cannot just overlook. It is a great point of interest for us to enter buys to take us all the way up. All right, enough with crash 500. Let's now delete everything that we don't need right now, and we go to another asset. We go to another asset. Delete. All right, even this I think I can delete this. Let me just leave it for now. So that's it. That's it. Now we wait to see what price does. Now we wait to see what price does throughout today. All right, now let's head over to Boom 1000. Oh, I've not checked on M15. Yeah, M15 is clearly, you can see there's that consolidation. You know, if price breaks this high, if price breaks this high, you know we are going to continue with the uptrend move. But until then, price will be consolidating, and we may even get the fake breakout I've told you right here to go all the way down. All right, Boom 1000. Boom 1000. So Boom 1000. This is what? This is Wednesday. This is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Exactly how we analyzed. Same thing happened. I don't know why I didn't enter sales. Yeah, the beta entry was on Saturday when it retested that level. Yeah, the beta entry was on Saturday, right here, right there when it did that. That was a beta entry. But clearly, our analysis on Friday was very on point. Pull back there, then entry. Where? To that order block. Remember that order block there. Pull back to the order block there, then entry. Why? Because we were still selling. Remember, that is what we had. That is a change of character, then lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Now it's coming right here. Clearly, it touched the order block, but it needs to touch it again and even touch the trend line. It did not touch the trend line, so it has to come to this order block. Yeah, it's gonna come to this order block, and hopefully this time it may even touch the trend line and then head over into the buys once again. But as we speak, this happened, so we no longer need it. Let me see, did I make any entry? Yeah, I made the buy there, took my profits right here immediately. The reason I took that trade, you can clearly see I had a double bottom right here. That was a change of character on M15. So when it came back inside here, that was a clean buy to take me there. I would have held up, but I was skeptical because of the point of interest right here. So it kept playing games until it reached the order block, and immediately after reaching the order block, it gave us the change of character right there according to M15. So I want to delete everything right now. Okay, so go to H1. Now when it reached there, of course it broke structure. It gave us another change of character right there. We tested, then we saw that move down below. So all was perfect, just like we wanted. So I can easily delete everything right here, right there. What is that? That one can also be taken out. Now this can also be taken out. Price came to the order block, tested it, but then something tricky here. Of course daily we are still looking for sales. I have to remind you, we are still looking for sales according to daily, and H4 we are still looking for sales. So this would be like just a pullback to continue with the sales. So according to H1, we have this move today. This is the move that we can see right there. This is the move. Okay, this move doesn't have it doesn't have alright, probably that. So probably that, but yeah, that, then up. So what we need is continuation. This very move right here is what we can anticipate, but most of the times it can first give you a fake breakout. We've seen that so many times, but before I do that, I want to first understand. We do it like that. I want to first understand if it reached to the point of retracement. Actually it did, although it did not go to, that was a change of, that was a fair value gap right here. There's another fair value gap here, but then there's that order block on H4. Right there, and it is a valid order block. So if we don't see a fake breakout right here to give us this, then we will see this. Then we will see that right now as we speak. That's the move that we will see. So as of now, I want to delete that and let this play along. I see what happens. Remember, it is a Monday and it is a public holiday, so the move may be a bit slow or something different. According to M15, we are selling. Although the sales that I'm seeing, I'm not seeing any change of character to actually prove that, like some of the basic, the actual change of character I normally wait for. So we've reached a retracement level as we speak on M15, so we may see a spike very soon to take us back into buys on M15. So let's wait and see. But as of now, that is the analysis I may have for today on what to anticipate. All right, that is boom 1000. Let's now head over to boom 500. Boom 500 weekly. Let's go to weekly. What is happening? Okay. Daily, we want buys. According to daily time frame, we want buys. Okay, so there is some consolidation going on the daily time frame, that it is very visible on H4. On H4, yeah, it's gonna be visible on H4 right there. So now that we know that, delete that and that and that. So as a change of character type took us there. Okay, delete that. On this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. This was the move, and that was the analysis. So the sell to break out and actually continue selling. Our first TP was this right here, in that fair value gap. So it reached it, retested, gave us some bit of retest. That retest, I wanted it here. There's a retest I wanted here. You can see that I had my markings there. I wanted a retest after breakout so that I can enter that sell. It never gave me a retest. I think it gave it to me on M15, but I wasn't available to get it. Right there, it was not enough for me, I think. Yeah, it was not enough for me, so I didn't enter, and that's how I missed that trade to sell it. Yeah, so I missed that trade, but clearly it followed the analysis just like we had analyzed. So now everything can be gone now, and let's look at today. So like I've said, this according to daily, that will be like a pennant, or if you can choose to call it what? A symmetrical triangle. And according to daily, we want buys, but remember, symmetrical triangle can break either side, going down or up. So even though we know that we should be looking for buys to grab liquidity right about there, then this first move can easily happen. The sell can easily happen first before we actually come in with the buys, before we can actually come in with the buys to take us right there. So what do we have now? We have a change of character on H4 to sell this asset, and clearly that is a change of character right there. Yep, so it went into sales, reached this level, which is an order block right here on H4, reached that order block, pulled back, was pulled back to that order block too, to that order block, and then now price started to sell again, and now that's where the game is. The sales are on. Why? This was a retest according to H4, and now price is below a 10 MA on H4, which indicates sales. According to H1, ACCI is already showing us sells. We haven't touched the oversold level yet, so we still need sells according to H1. So sells, we should be in sells. This was a heads and shoulder on H1 right there. We should have entered that from there. Yeah. So all we can do is to anticipate now that we have a heads and shoulder and we have seen a breakout there. One can anticipate a pullback to where? Let's see to around there, around this one was taken out, so it should be around here. Yeah, should be around there for us to have a clean entry, for the sells. So around there, and then entry for the sells. Yeah, that's what I would wait for. If it gives us something like that, then entry immediately. But let's confirm this move on M15. The move is not confirmed, but clearly we can see there is some bit of consolidation going on M15. We can clearly see there's some bit of consolidation right there. We know that this would be the trade after breakout. This would be the trade after breakout. But then that will be fast TP. But then, like I've always told you, always learn to anticipate fake breakout, because that's what market does, or what we normally call manipulation. So you want to also account for that. So that's what I normally do right there. So I would, these are two options: fake breakout or manipulation right there, and then distribution come next. Or clearly there's enough momentum to actually continue with the sell. So those are our two ways of anticipating trades on this kind of asset. So that's it for now on Boom 500. I will leave it at H1 and wait and see what happens next. Let's now head over to Volatility 25S. Volatility 25S. So Volatility 25S, just a minute. Volatility 25S. Vol 25 1S. So what happened on Friday? Let's first look at what happened on Friday. First go to H4, breakout there, yeah, and continuation. Then this is a retest according to H4. That is a retest, so we should be continuing to sell. Yeah, this is a symmetrical. We were oversold. Daily was still looking for buys. Have we retested to exactly where we want? No. So it needs to come still right here. This is the point of interest on daily where we want to retest from, then continue with the buys. We haven't seen that yet. So if we haven't seen that yet, then we are likely to see it happen. But before we go to the daily time frame, we need to know that H4 is still selling. Yes, H4 is still selling. And one may say this was a change of character right here, right there, and this was a retest, and now we should continue selling. So if we know that, then we can delete that, delete everything right here that we had on Friday. And once we delete everything right there, delete even that, then we remain with that. This was a pullback, and now sell should be in, but then price is still above our 10 MA. So if we go to H4, price has just gone to, H1, price has just gone below the 10 MA. Even though CCI is showing us that we should be looking at sell buys, we clearly see that we've reached a retracement level right there on H1, meaning sales are coming. They are coming to where? We see we had a change of character right there. That's where we had a change of character. This was a pullback. This was a break of structure right here. And this is a lower, a higher low, higher high, higher high, higher low. But then it is fading. So if price breaks this, then it means that will be a change of character to actually push us all the way down into sales. So for now, that's what we have on H1. So if you go back to H4, actually M15, if you go back to if we go to M15 now, what will we do? All right, so something interesting I'm seeing right here, sort of like a flag, not even a flag, some weird move right here. And in fact, I can easily first delete them. Actually, first delete them. Look at that. Look at that. Remember, it's happening on this order block, and it is now like a support on M15. It is happening like a support on M15, and that will be taken to be as a change of character right there. Right there. Went up, came to test that level, and now to continue with the buy according to M15. But now, why a buy? Why a buy? If we go back to H1 and do this and do that, clearly if I go to M15, you will see that we left some fair value gap right where is that one here. There's that order block up, there's that one fair value gap, there's this has been mitigated 2 times right here. So this is a weak resistance right there. That is a weak resistance, but we know that price may actually take that resistance out, just according to what we see. It's likely to take it out right there. So all we know now is that M15 is buying, and it's gonna go up to look for such levels, to look for a liquidity grab on such levels. This, that, then the order block. So all those are levels that price is gonna look for before it takes us into sales. So we have that. I'm gonna go with the one up, but just in case it doesn't reach, know that it will reach one of those. But according to M15, I'm seeing clearly buys. I'm seeing clearly buys right there. to reach the other level. The only issue is it's contradicting with what we have on CCI, but of course CCI is already on retracement level, so it's clearly also aligning with what we want. So that will be like a retest, then continue sells, because according to M15 we need to sell. According to H1 we need to sell because we are at retracement level. According to H4 on the other hand, we need to sell. Yeah, so that's how everything is. So this move is gonna go there. Once it reaches there, the proper entry will be a sell. Yes, of course this buy would be okay, but skeptical of course where it was, but clearly according to price action we would have entered right there when this candle was just starting. That would have been a good entry to take us right about there. All right. All right, now we head to volatility 75. Volatility 75. This is a mess. Let's look at this. Is Sunday, Saturday, Friday. I waited for this move, it never came, but I took my profits right here. I was looking for this move. When it went up to the retest, this first retest, I remember we actually lost this trade. I had my sells here. It rotated around this area for like 5 hours until it took me out. Right above this order block. That's where it took me out. Right there you can see. Even the arrow. This was the entry. This was the second entry. This was the entry that I first took the day before on a Thursday and made money like that. But then this sale right here that I needed, it was taken out right there. Gave us a fake breakout up there that I had not anticipated. Fake breakout up there, back to those levels right up there, and then came straight to the intended direction with a sell, the sell that we wanted earlier, and retest, then hit the TP, and now we are retesting. So I hope some of you guys waited and got the entry up there. By then I think I was already at church by the time it did this. Once it moved me out here, I think I was already preparing to go to church. So yeah, now can delete all that. This move that I anticipated, it happened here and then continued to sell, but then later on retested. So this is a retest actually from here to there. This is a retest that I had anticipated right here. This retest right here to take us to continue us into sales. So clearly I can delete everything now right here. Delete also this, and now I need this sell. From H4 point of view, price is still above our 10 MA. Weird, but that's the case. We have that trend line right there acting as a resistance, and since we have it there, when we know that H1 should be selling, not yet, but it's what we see. Let's go to H1, H4. bring this trend line right there. So now we need to see a breakout. We need to see sells, and this sell that will come now will have to break out this level. We'll break out this level. So all this I wanted, I knew it's gonna happen, but let me first delete it for now. We already know the plan. We already know the plan. We know that we need to react from there. We already know the plan. So in fact it should be like that. So this would be the move now. Bring us right there. That is a move. That is a move. Retest back to such levels right there, right about there, and then continue to sell. Then the buys come in later. But as of now, we need to focus on the sells right on H4. This is on H4. CCI is showing us we need to buy. Yeah, we cannot override the buys, but yet the all that we have is pointing to sells. Yes, we have a resistance up there of that trend line. And the previous, if we are using the previous data, this is the other trend line down below. Right here, this would be the other trend line, and that clearly will now change the narrative. That alone will change this into that. Will be something like that. That is something that we'll now look at. Fake breakout, just like I always tell you, that will be a fake breakout onto this other big thing, the rising wedge right there. That will be the fake breakout of it we need, or that we normally talk about. But then it is coming due to the channel that has been created with the previous data. This is the channel right here, and that's why H4 I mean is still having some buy momentum. I mean is being CCI is showing us some buy momentum according to H4 right there. I mean on H4. So the buy momentum is only to take us right about there and then bring us into sells. Remember, we have our all-time high here. This is according to, I mean, our previous high is right there. So probably it's gonna go to that very high and then bring us into sells. We will wait and see, but that high you can easily see it with that very line right there that I put, that very line. So as of now, all we can say is we need that move and then bring into sells later. So let's look at H1. Are we ready to enter buys? Yes, H1, like I said, price is still above our 10 MA, even though with low momentum, but still it's not giving sells away to continue selling. So we may see this. Once you see a breakout, of course you know how we do this. You already know how we do this. Breakout, retest, entry. Simple. Entry. Simple as that. That's what we normally do and wait for. So for now, this is gonna be a no-go for me, but that's what I may say or what I may wait for to enter sells all the way up. The buys are a bit tricky for me because of the momentum, but I may see some good momentum for the sells right here. This may happen today or tomorrow. You never know. It will depend on the volatility in the market. All right. Jump 50. Jump 50. Yeah, jump 50. I closed my trades, the ones I was holding on Friday. Yeah, I closed them right here when they hit the first TP right here, right there. I closed them. They are moving still slow, so I was tired of holding and holding, so I closed them. Yeah, they are these ones. You can see them right there. You can see them. First one I closed it here, the second I closed it there. I was holding them for what? For 2 days. I was holding them for 2 days. Yeah, roughly 2 days. From Thursday to Friday, and closed them around late. Actually, it was late, around like 7 p.m. Yeah. So that's how it went, but it went and hit the other this level. So it came in back inside, and now it should be going back into buys, but something is happening. So that's what I want to understand. Yes, we picked this liquidity here. Does that mean that we need to pick this also? Because if that's the case, then price will be coming here. So because H4 is showing us sales according to CCI right here, it is telling us that we need to sell on CCI. But then we've reached our retracement level right here. Why? Because of that fair value gap, I believe so. I don't know. But clearly on CCI, you will see that we've reached the retracement level right there. And it is consolidating right now. It is doing that. Up, down, up, down. So it is consolidating within a certain range. If I go to H1, you will clearly see that range. But then this makes it very interesting that is an order block on H1, a valid order block where price reacted from. So I can delete this now, delete that, and now look at that, and that would be that right there. That means this would end up being a descending triangle, expanding triangle, I mean a descending expanding triangle. This clearly tells us, according to H4, we have a change of character. We started a downtrend, then we are retesting, or we are consolidating. This consolidation, we know that it's likely to end up giving us this kind of move at the end to take us right there, or even right here where we are, and probably it will be now coming back to this fair value gap on H4. So all we need is to wait. As we speak, the buys are on to take us back up according to let's see, not even according to M15, so it'll be according to H4, because we are looking for a retest right where we are. But then this retest alone, being an H4, it can even take us all the way up. It can even take us all the way up. So, but as of now, this is just a no-go for me right now. I don't see any point of interest left back on this move right here, on this move right here. This order block was taken out by this move. This fair value gap and order block on H1 has been taken out, so we need to continue with the buy. Yet daily is looking for sales. Something tricky. Something tricky. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go back a little bit. According to daily, we moved up to that level, went to this level again, became a support right there, went up, came down. We didn't reach this level, the support that we have again. We went up to retest, but then the retest has not taken out this fair value gap. So we need this retest now on H4 to actually take out the fair value gap, and then we see sales come back to this level, our support level right there, and this will be matching with everything that we have, I believe, now. So for now, these may be taken out, and now we wait. So according to H4, this is just a consolidation, but then later we'll just see some move like that and then continue with the sell. So as of now, this is just going to be a no-go for me. A no-go for me. This is just a no-go for me because of what I've seen. So I can delete that. Remember, we left a fair value gap here on H4. It's untapped, so it can either way it will be mitigated, whether we want or not. It will find a way to mitigate it, and then you see the reaction whenever it reaches this fair value gap. That is jump 50 for us. I don't know if some of you guys made money on it, on this move when it mitigated this order block fair value gap. Now it may come down here, but when it has first moved up, so we just wait a bit and see what happens. According to H1, let me see if I've missed something. According to H1, the trend is a sell, but then we are consolidating, so it's still a bit tricky on H1. M15, it is also showing us sells. M15, it is showing us sells. Yeah, so M15 needs to first get oversold right down below before we can think of some buys according to H4 that we need to take us up there. So until then, I'm not trading these assets. Jump 25. Jump 25, let's see. We needed sales to come here on, yeah, we had two moves. If it breaks, it will first come grab liquidity on this order block, and then probably do the retest, and which that was a retest back to the fair value gap here. So jump 25, I wanted to trade this retest, and this is a retest that took a lot of the money. It actually took a lot of the money. Yeah, so let me see. This retest right here, let me see, this is Sunday, Saturday, Friday, yes. Now, when I saw, before I had not seen this line right here, I had not seen this trend line. No, I had seen it, but then when it came here, I immediately entered. Then it made this pullback, took me out. Then when I just, I was tired, I think I was even getting to church. This should be around 5 or 4 p.m. right there. So it later on moved to the exact direction, even though it didn't reach the order block, but it came back to the fair value gap, which was fair enough for me, what I needed at that moment. So this is a trade that I believe these guys kept on tracking my stop loss right here. These guys of Believe, they kept tracking my stop loss. We go to M15. at what I've done. Jump 25. Where are you? So M15. So when I saw this, and I saw this pullback right here, I made my entry on M15. Let me see. Yeah, this was the first entry here. It gave me that. I failed to take it, then it came, took me out. Then I made another entry after making it right here. When it has just tested this last order block, price came in where I had just put my stop loss. You can clearly see that's where I had my stop loss. After taking me out on the stop loss immediately, look at that move that came immediately. It didn't even go any further. Looked from where my stop loss was, took me out, and then continued to the direction I needed. So that's how I was taken out. And yeah, I lost some good money there, according to that level. So Friday, it was, I think, a bad day for me, but still I was distracted. I was a bit distracted, but this was a stop hunt for me. They looked for it. They were looking for it. They tracked my stop loss on jump 25. Yeah. All right, so enough of Friday. Let's now look at today. So now that we have today, this was taken out. It even came back to it, so we can move that. Here we have sort of like a double top. Should be better on H4. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, but still it's a bit weird for us, so just go back to H1, take out this, take out that, delete this, take out it, take out that. This is a resistance there, we can leave it. So first go to weekly. Weekly is a bit weird. Let's go to daily. So we are looking for buys. Remember, we had this pattern. We have this pattern right here, and we saw price breakout and retest. This was a breakout, and this was like a retest right here. So clearly, according to daily, we should be looking for buys. According to price action, right there, and of course, according to CCI. Looking at that, we should be looking for buys. But then you have to remember that we left some liquidity here. It is untapped. It is not mitigated at all. So we know price will eventually come for it. It may not be today, but we know it will come for it at a certain point. So if we know that, if we go to H4, we can easily see what price is giving us right here, and that would be a flag. That would be a flag right there, according to H4. Even though momentum is low, but that is a flag. It clearly tells us that price is gonna come right here. That would be the first TP. The second TP would be that right there. That would be the second TP. Always go for the first TP. Always go for the first TP. Always go for the first TP. This one right here is what I would advise you to aim at. And then once it does that, clearly I believe we'll be seeing price now getting back into the buys. getting back into the buys from there. So for now, remember we need it right up there. That's where we need price to be, right up there. So for now, according to H4, we will be waiting for this sell. So let's go to H1. We see H1 is still in a buy trend, so I may not enter a buy trend unless M15 is giving me an entry. Not really, not now, but it's coming right back here. So if it comes right back here, then I can enter my buy. If it does this, then I can enter my buy to take me up. This up may only reach this level, may reach only that order block, and then get us into sales to take us right down below, or it may even go all the way up. So just a reminder, when you reach here, you can take your profits if you're in a buy. When you reach this order block, according to M15, you may take your profits. Then look at entries for sales if you get some reaction to actually enter sales. But until then, we may actually see price even reach the other trend line, and then we start to enter. Remember, we are looking for sales according to H4. We need sales to take us right here before we can think of buys according to daily time frame. So we need to know the system right here on what we need and what we need to do. That is the exact system. Sales here, then buys there, then sales, like that. All right, enough of this asset. This has been Jump 25. I think now we have a clear overview of what we are looking for and what we need to do. So please mark that and just wait. Mark that and just wait. All right, Jump 10. Our last asset is Jump. Now, out of nowhere, I don't know how it has happened. It has just taken out Jump 10. I've just deleted Jump 10 by mistake. It means I've lost. That means I've lost all the data, all the analysis. I've just lost it, and I've just lost it. All the data. I've just lost it. So let me start afresh with Jump 10. It's weird. Oh man, I need to start afresh. Okay, let me start with a daily time frame. So let's first look at where this reaction came from on the daily time frame. That was a resistance right there. Can clearly see it. Yeah. So we had the resistance right there. We've been selling. That's for sure. We can see break of structures. This was also another break of structure right here, right there, then another one right here, another one right there. So when we broke structure here, this pullback actually gave us a change of character right here. No, not a change of character. That is not a change of character. I repeat, that's not a change of character. This lower low, this is a lower low. It gave us this as a lower high right here. So this lower high has not been taken out, so that can't be a change of character. This is a previous lower low. This is a previous lower low. This cannot be the previous lower low. If this had not given us, if this high had not given us this lower low, then we would have said now this is a change of character. So this, we haven't seen any change of character yet. So as we speak, we are still in a downtrend. We are still in a downtrend. So if I can go to daily time frame and again look at what I have, let me see if I do that and do this. That will mean I'm having a falling wedge. From having a falling wedge, and that was that exactly. But then now I need to continue selling, because according to CCI we are almost getting oversold, overbought, I mean. Yeah, according to H4 we are already selling. I want to know what is happening right here. This asset is a bit tricky, and now that I've even lost the previous analysis, it's gonna be tricky. So I have that, then that tells me that this is gonna come around later. Maybe today or tomorrow, I don't know, but this we may have to anticipate this very move to get back to that level. And yeah, that's obvious. That's what we'll be waiting for. It has to happen. Price is still moving within a channel right there. If I go to M15 on the other hand, M15, we are clearly seeing we are oversold according to CCI, which is very weird. It is very weird because of this level right there. Because of that is the reason why we are seeing it oversold. That is the reason why. So what we can do is anticipate, wait for this. If this gives us a change of character right here on that level, breaks that level, that will be a change of character, and it will mean the buys are coming probably back to that level right there. So for now, we wait and see what happens. This is M15, and that's how H1 looks like. H1 and H4, they are within the channel. They are within the channel. So we need to understand that. That is an internal structure right here, which will be like a descending triangle as we speak. And if it is a descending triangle on H1, that will tell us that this is the next move according to H1 right there, because this is an internal structure and this is a descending triangle. Descending triangle, most times when it is in the middle, it will break going down, not going up on a descending triangle, and that's what we see. Yes, but remember, M15 is giving us oversold, but I'm not trusting it. So all I need to see is a breakout. Once I see a breakout, we may continue with this kind of a sell, because that is a descending triangle within a channel. Descending triangle within a channel, meaning sales are continuing to come right here from that very level, that very support level that we have. All right, I think that's it for today. Let's do a recap and we call it a day. So crash 500. Let's do a recap. So crash 500, we started on crash 500. I told you guys we may keep in this consolidation zone from there to here probably, and then we later see a fake breakout and get into buys. We need buys, but then we can even see if price breaks this level, then we'll be into buys like that. So as of now, no anything that we can do, nothing we can do. Right here we've seen a breakout and we are currently seeing a retest. So if this candle closes outside, then you want to enter sells to take you down below, all the way down below. So for now, just hold on. Clearly this one also did the same, broke out immediately. Like I told you, if it breaks out, you want your TP to be around here, around that level right there, and clearly it's what we currently have, meaning we can easily now anticipate the continuation of the sell to come all the way down below. So as of now, sells are on because it has given a breakout. Yeah, although M15 is near oversold, but that doesn't have to worry you. You need a retest like that. Once the retest H1 fails to give you, okay, you wait for the next H1 probably, but even M15 can be enough. So we wait and see if we are going to continue with this kind of sell. All right, V25, we need that to reach one of these points of interest and give us an entry for sells. So until then, we are not entering any buys or sells. The V75, it still has low momentum, but we are looking for the buys. We're looking for the buys right there. Breakout and continuation of the buys before we can think of sells later on. Jump 50 is giving us, we need what? We need this kind of move. We need this kind of move and then come later into sells, jump 50. So until then, we are not, it's a bit tricky to make any entries, because even though we see it, CCI showing us sell momentum, but then price action is showing us we need to look for buys to give us that retest right there. So until then, it's a no-go for me. Jump 25, we need a retest right there, probably to that fair value gap or order block. M15 is a fair value gap, but then on H1 that will be an order block. So we need to wait. Once we get that pullback, then you know you cannot afford to miss out on that entry to take us all the way up. That will be a good trade right there. So let's wait for jump 25. Jump 25 so far is one of the trades that I see ready to give us a good entry. This one right here is jump 10. Jump 10 on M15, it was giving us signals of buys to take us back up, but remember we have a breakout on the descending triangle. So this will make easily mean that the support here may hold for now and then cause us to come again into buys, but later on we need strong sells to continue actually all the way down below. So as of now, if the volatility is a bit low, then we will see buys come in. Volatility for sales is if the volatility for sales is a bit low, or momentum for sales is a bit low, then we will wait for the buys to first come around, and then we enter sales later. So for now, that's what actually is happening as we speak, but we can only confirm this when it breaks this level right there. That will be a change of character for us. That will be a change of character for us. Perfect. I think that's it for today. Let me wish you guys a good day. If you're trading today, trade responsibly. Don't forget to put your stop losses, and of course applying risk management, the other risk management techniques properly. And of course, if you're resting, it's advisable to rest. It is even a public holiday, so not a lot of trading momentum are we seeing in the market currently. So you can choose to rest and probably start tomorrow trading. If you get an entry today, of course you can enter. Everyone wants money, so you can enter and make that money. But as of now, I want to wish you guys a happy Easter Monday, and of course a good trading week. I'm very hopeful this week that we are going to make some good money, and the guys on Signal platform can actually make money to even recover if they still have some losses still pending, and then even make some profits this week. But generally, if I'm to say, this whole month has been the tricky one, because of how the market, how these guys were doing the stop hunts, and also because of the liquidity that was in the market. This whole month has been a bit slow. There's almost, I think last week, market moved around Thursday, Friday there. That's when the market moved, and to start seeing some volatility in the market. Some momentum in the market. The other week, I think we saw market move around Wednesday. So it's been a tricky month, and hopefully next month will be a good one for us. Even starting from all the way Monday to actually get some good trades and moves that we'll be anticipating. Otherwise, all the trades, all the moves that we'll be anticipating have been, I can say, the way we analyze, we've been around, I don't normally gauge it, but those who know, who normally follow up, you can testify that we are around 95%. It's just a rare trade, like one or two, where you find the analysis actually went the other way, not what we anticipated. So it's very rare. It's a rare thing. The only issue has been stop hunting. Guys have been stop hunting a lot in this very month. Last month was a good month. We made a lot of money last month. Those who were on the signals, you can testify last month. This month is one of those months where I think the guy said, let's first make some money from these guys, from their stops, and then we look at what to do. Otherwise, happy Easter Monday, happy trading. See you guys tomorrow.